Hang on. Hang on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Where's the button? Where's the button?
Here's my brother Luigi now to tell you a whole heap of a spaghetti pile of information. Hello, Mario.
Hello, Robin. How's it going? Sid. Well, I got the hips for it. I'll say that much, Sid. I do have the hips of a Pixar mom. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? It's Sunday, and that means I don't know what that means. It means I'm tired. It means I'm less tired than normal, though. What were we doing today? Stanley? Stanley. Oh, I forgot to recenter my thingamajig. Hang on. You're gonna see me like whip around in a second here. Hold on. Calibrating. Oh, there it goes. There we go. Look at that. I'm facing forward now. Huzzah. Anyway, there's one thing I want to check before we start Stambly Parable. What? I've shrunk. Hang on. Oh, good God. Oh, Lord. Hang on. I think I just got it. Hang on. I need to Number one, let me get this. Wow. Hooey. Is this even have 4K? Oh, wow. That's the biggest you could go. Oh, damn. Aspect ratio. No, we want, what was it? Widescreen, right? Yeah? Oh, God. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. This should bring me... There we go. I'm back to normal. Thank God. Hooey. All right. There we go. Man. Anyway, let me just I'm checking my Steam real quick. I got it. I got go outside. I did it. I got go outside. Are you proud of me? I did it. I didn't play the game for 5 years. Anyway, there's a thing in this screen that I want to check because I don't think it's in the Ultra Deluxe for some reason. Hang on. Let's see. This is the best music. This is the best music in the game. I love that part so much. Oh my God. Okay. I think you get the idea. All right. Now to do what I advertised. Hang on. Okay, so yeah, my screen resolution shrinking to that small fucked a couple things up. Give me a second here. All right, I think we're good now. But yeah, it's not in the new game, and I don't know why. Or if it is in the new game, it's not where it normally is, which is sad. But I love the secret credits music. You get that credits music by typing the word secret at the main menu and then clicking on the credits. Oh, enter the current time. What was it? It is... Hang on. Gotta go all the way to 3. And then... Oh, wait. I can go... Oh. Like... It's, wow, I am really late, huh? I sure did say that this stream was gonna start at 3 o'clock, huh? Wow, I guess I was wrong. Huh? What? Hang on. Before we get started, can I say something? Sure. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you've booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. Oh, thank you. That's how I know that you care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even have a way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. All right, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Hey, you know, setting the time in a video game is a very important step. All right, so we're back to the Stanley Parable 2 because it's a sequel now. All right, let me just see it. Let me just see if I can make this work. Hang on. Let's see. S-E-C-R-E-T. Nope. Doesn't do it. That's so sad. That's such good music, and now no one will ever experience it again. But yes, let me see. Hello.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
We know this. But yes, hello to Robin. Hello to Sid. Hello to Shia and Zeal and Smudged. How's everybody doing today?
All of his co-workers were
All right.
gone. What
So
could it mean? Stanley decided to
we
go to the
haven't
meeting
done a
room.
couple of
Perhaps
the
he had simply missed a memo.
a couple of the like non-bucket endings. Like there's the bucket, but I think we've done all the bucket endings is the thing. That's the sad bit. We finished the.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office.
No, I'm not
But it
touching
didn't
every
make a
little thing. I just want to get
difference,
into this door
nor
specifically.
did it advance the story in any way.
But yeah, we're gonna go and do like some of the like normal endings, I guess, that we didn't
When
do
Stanley
the
came
first
to a
time.
set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm trying to think.
Yet there was not a
is normal.
single person here either.
Not
Feeling
cost
a
efficient.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, room closet again. Real quick.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I mean, I've already gotten the broom closet ending, but you know, I just want to spend like
There was
another
nothing
minute in here.
No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
If you want to see the broom closet ending, you gotta
Coming
go back.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Trying to think. Actually, wait. Give me a sec. No, okay. I know which one I want to do right now. I was thinking carefully about which one I wanted to
Stepping
do.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled,
Shanti?
Stanley wondered in disbelief.
Oh,
who
that is a
orchestrated
crusty
this.
certificate.
What dark secret was being held from him?
That is
What he could not
crusty.
have known was that the keypad behind the
hello.
boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Let's see.
And
The
so
most.
the boss
I am the
had
most
assigned it an
expensive
extra
boss.
secret pin number.
Sewage lilies by
2845.
Claude Money.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Yeah. What? Eh? Pop.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to
All right.
input the
I haven't actually gotten all the bucket endings. Really?
Amazing.
Which
He
wait?
stepped into the
Which
newly
path did I
opened
miss? I thought I
passageway.
got them all. Like, full disclosure, you're allowed to like tell me which direction to go for endings I haven't gotten yet. Oh wait, no, I know. Wait, I think I know
Descending
which
deeper into the
one.
building,
It's the one where you
Stanley
actually destroy the
realized he
bucket in
felt
the
a bit
bucket
peculiar.
destroyer, right?
It was
Is
a
that it?
stirring
Is that
of
the one?
emotion in his chest, as though he felt more
I don't know that I
free to
have the
think
heart
for
to do that
himself,
one.
To question the nature of his job. Why did he?
No,
feel
not
this
that one?
now,
Ah, which
when
one
for
then?
Years, it had never occurred to
What's
him.
the path?
This question
Like
would not
starting at
go
the
unanswered
the
for
2
long.
doors. There's a whole area I
Stanley
haven't gone
walked straight
into with the
ahead through
bucket.
The large door
Huh.
that read "Mind Control Facility."
All right, we haven't done the like original version
Although
of
this
this ending
passageway
yet.
had the word "escape" written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would
Hmm.
meet his violent death.
The new additions part.
The door behind him was not
Uh,
shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn
new
around
additions
and
like
get
what?
back
What you
on
mean the new
track.
content area? I don't think I can get back in there,
At
can
this
I?
point, Stanley was making a
The
conscious,
door isn't there
concerted
anymore,
effort
as
to
far as
walk
I'm aware.
forward and willingly confront his death.
Like I'm pretty sure, right? Whoop. There we are. Ah, this ending takes me back. This is the first ending I got the, when I played the first game, this is the ending I got the You Can't Jump achievement on. Because I was desperately trying to jump out of this thing.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
And you get that achievement
He
for
doesn't
trying
know
to
the
jump.
real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
There we go.
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I don't
Yet
know
it
who
would
this
be
lady
just a
is,
few
but she did
minutes
save
before
us.
Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
But yeah, this is the actual museum. Last stream we came here, we came here with the bucket, and it was a bucket museum, and now it is now it's just normal. Collection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. I do like the button sounds. Yeah, we got the maintenance room, more office supplies. This whole place is just kind of neat, you know? Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that this was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Aw. I don't know, I think that would have been cool. Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement and the game's delay. Ah, yeah, there we go. God, their delay announcements were like actually pretty funny. It was great. Like one of them was just like, oh, we're going to read viewer mail, and oh, I came just in time to see you squished. No, I didn't get squished though. That's the funny part. The lady narrator stopped it. Apartment timer. In a previous choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Cargo lift. Also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. Excellent. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted to look as more like a place where cargo lift was actually stored. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Maintenance layout. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right since players would replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. So, obey, disobey, lounge, then maintenance, to confusion ending. Maintenance, the other entrance would be hidden depending on how you entered. Event to maintenance. Oh, event to maintenance? Ah, yeah, I see. What we got in here? Oh. Zending levers? These levers were originally part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the arrow would describe what color they had pulled. What do you mean the Zending? Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Ah. Okay. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it shortly before launch. Okay. Alright. Escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Fortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Yeah, I would imagine. Monitor room elevator. Every time the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the 2 endings together instead. Countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Ah, yeah. The freedom ending. The beta version. Let's see. I think we've seen most of the stuff here. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. Oh yeah, that's really cool. God damn. Man got a whole ass job out of that. Nice. Stanley's office from left to right. The evolution of Stanley's office over time. November 2011, March 2012, February 2013. Okay, so start. Next one. And the final version. Nice. I don't think there's too much more to see here. Oh, the lounge. What a wonderful room that I could spend 5 minutes in. I could just spend the entire stream in that room. I think that'd be great content, honestly. All right, let's see. All right, let's move on then. Where is it? Here we are. Here's the exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
I did it. I did it. I made a choice. Anyway. I did it.
This is
It's the story of a man named Stanley. His name is Stanley. He does Stanley things. He pushes buttons on a keyboard.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So Shy, if you're still here, were you being serious about there being like a whole area that I hadn't explored with the bucket yet? Because I'm pretty sure I did all the routes except for like straight up the one where I have to like kill the bucket, which I don't want to, but if that's the only thing we can do, I guess we gotta.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
When you
left.
squish Alistair's hips, does he become a twink? Oh god, let's not even think about that. Who would I be without my hips? I don't even want to think
Yet
about it.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
Some are
of
hard to find?
disbelief,
Okay, all right.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
Right.
upstairs
Up,
to
up,
his
up, up,
boss's
up,
office.
Up. Just squish his hips, for science. No. Look. As long. You know what?
Stepping into his manager's office,
I don't need to.
Stanley was once again
where's
stunned to discover not an
Shouldn't there be a computer
indication
here?
of any human life.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm looking for a computer as well while I'm doing
All of
this.
his co-workers were gone.
I may have
could it
walked
be?
past it like a moron.
Stanley
Like a
decided to
moron
go to
would.
the
Like a
meeting
moron
room.
would do. Alright.
Stanley's bucket, the only co-worker he would ever truly need.
All right, let's see.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I wonder where those other endings could be. I feel like I've exhausted every avenue here.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
All right, well, let me see something.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Damn, no more stickers.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket
There's an ending
walked
this way? All right.
upstairs to
I
the
think,
boss's
right.
office.
I believe I remember there being like a thing with the elevator. Oh. There's the executive bathroom. Very nice. Oh, here it is. It's this computer, right? Eh? No? Huh? Oh. Oh. Eh? Hello? Oh. Hello? This is new. Da, 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 da. Ah, Stanley. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, cha, ba, da, 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 da. How long does this go on for? It's not gonna play like the whole song, right? Oh, there we go. Papa. Huh? What? Eh? Huh? What? Is that it? Really? Huh? What? No, hang on. It doesn't go anywhere, does it? What if I go up? No, just... Oh, okay. It's a fake elevator. It just shakes and plays smooth bossa nova. Okay, alright. Fine. Alright, I'm... Wait, did it... did the computers reset? Hang on. Maybe the computer's reset. Maybe that's the problem
All of
here.
his co-workers were gone.
I'm
What
looking
could it mean?
for...
Stanley decided to go to the meeting
Looking for
room.
computers that are
Perhaps he had
awaiting
simply
an
missed a
input.
memo.
I think the first one was over here. Oh, fuck, it did reset. Alright. That's why. I knew the third one was
All
in
of
the
his
boss's
co-workers
office.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
that's what I was
decided to
looking
go
for.
to the
There?
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, this is fine. This is fine. I can just redo it. It's not a big deal. Oh, wait, was that it? Nope. There it is. Easy. Okay, now it's in the boss's office.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great. Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No. No, surely not.
I love how many
Stanley
bucket pickup
clutched the
lines they
bucket
have.
tightly to his chest
It's
and
amazing.
entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd
All
come
right.
into a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
All right, now this computer should have... Papa! There we go. Perfect. Now we can do that next time.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Boop.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Easy.
The bucket knew all along. Was the bucket guiding him? Yes. This is
Hunting
certainly the
monsters.
most
Ah,
logical
welcome on in,
explanation.
Alexa. All right. Now this I believe is an ending. Or it leads to something, maybe? All right.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be
I do
right.
love my bucket.
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Go back up.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
All right. I hope dinner goes well, Shia. All right, it's time to press the number 3. Let's see. Hang on.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket
my God.
as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Okay, but what about 9? Well, if I push some other buttons. All right, back to the elevator. We've pressed the number 3. It was very exciting.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Back up.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Oh no. We're isolating ourselves from our bucket friend. Oh no. Look. I will teach the bucket how to love the number 3 the way I do.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. The whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all.
No.
Only silence.
Come
Crushed
on.
by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
How can he not love the number 3 the way I do? How can this be? The bucket and me, we were best friends. That's a good one,
was so
right?
close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Again. Oh, or is that it? Are we done now? Oh no, we're not.
Stanley, I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over.
My God.
He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's.
We're holding a press
And it would
conference on the
be
number
through
3.
the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
My God.
For months,
God.
he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it until it couldn't be refined
No
a
fucking
single
way.
measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared
Guy
as
who
he'd
went to
ever been
Mars.
for anything in his life.
God. Let's go. Let's go. Stanley, tonight, live on stage. What's that say? Stanley from the Stanley Parable, tonight, live on stage. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. An evening with world peace, baby. The world's first sentient machine. Wait, can I just go back down the elevator? Like, is that an option? Can I just go back down? The button's not lit, so maybe not. But, oh no, the gate closed. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're doing a press conference. The salad lady. Yeah. Stage door. Let's go. Time. 3.
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from, your co-workers. The storyteller. 3 again, 3 again. The Stanley story. We wrote a book. What's that say? Aloha from, let's see, the freedom ending. Adventure awaits. I played the demo. I went to the mind control facility and all I got was this lousy sticker. Do it. Wait, what's that say? Up again, down again. Ah! Meeple, hello. How's it going? We're about to hold a press conference.
Here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure, and in that moment Stanley knew the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding.
What? No!
The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant.
No, wait!
They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference.
No, you can't give me this
There would
ending.
be
This
no more
sucks.
games,
Wait.
No more long conversations about passion and pursuit. Only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
What? That was a terrible ending. No.
Stanley
No,
knew
my
the
best
office
friend the
layout like
bucket.
back of his hand.
No.
It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were.
I
Just a
can't
matter of
believe
time.
this. I can't fucking believe this. All right, I gotta find there should be another awaiting input computer somewhere.
As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, was for all of them. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the
I
meeting
got dumped
room.
by a bucket. I
Stanley
sure
had
fucking
felt
did.
The bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Let's see. I don't think, if I go that way, I get the no buckets allowed, I think. That one, I know those two endings.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
All right, there is one bucket ending we haven't gotten yet. I don't want to do this, but
Oh, good
I have
Stanley.
to.
I'm glad you found your way here.
For the sake of
I
completion.
knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're
Room
carrying
closet.
around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want
Yep,
more of their
that's what they
favorite
want.
jokes,
They
not
want
this
repeat
bucket
jokes.
that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played
my
some
gosh.
silly music as well.
it sure did. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh my god.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here we go. This is the ending that I didn't have the heart to get last time, but I guess I have to.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out
Bucket
character with
Destroyer.
so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Goodbye, bucket.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your
Oh, you
bucket.
can't- you
Destroying
can't.
buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
I'm trying.
Sure,
I can't put the
can hear
bucket
you
in.
saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if
You
were
literally
to
can't
really
put the bucket
explore
in.
The Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like
You
10
literally can't
personality
put the
traits.
bucket in there.
What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer.
The bucket's a
until you
mimetic
crush
hazard.
that damn bucket. Quickly now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and... Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you.
So I guess
tell
you
such
really just can't destroy the bucket.
spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Goodbye, Bucket Destroyer. So yeah, the you can't destroy the bucket. It's true what they say. The bucket is a mimetic hazard. It is an eldritch being. What? That's different.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This is quite different. It's still the same. Oh. The whiteboard ending. Dog mode. Yeah! Whiteboard ending! Woo! We got the dog mode too. Oh, okay. I guess that's it then.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
All right, I gotta
doors,
think here.
he entered the door on his
Which ones
left.
haven't I done yet? Oh, there's an I think there's an elevator ending for not having a bucket with you.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Trying
Feeling
to
a wave
think,
of
where's that
disbelief,
last?
Stanley
Where's the
decided
fourth
to go up to his boss's office, hoping
computer?
he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh. Click to bark. Click to bark. I have unlimited power now. It's mine. It's mine. Unlimited power. Amazing. The dog mode. The dog mode whiteboard ending. It's incredible. The power that I feel at this moment seeping through my veins.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take.
My God.
Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour.
My
But
God.
when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible,
Yes.
he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That's kind
correct.
of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
This is what I have to say about your New Age music. That's what I have to
Feeling
say.
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley
Bark,
calmly
bark,
walked
bark, bark,
into
bark,
the
bark,
opened
bark, bark, bark,
passageway.
bark, bark, bark. This is the best feature they've ever added. The bark button. All right, so I think there's like an elevator ending here too. Just, you know, sans bucket.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Obviously, I need to press the number 3 again.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated.
Yeah.
It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry.
I have to press the number 3.
Uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
I'm glad the narrator's having fun. I'm also having fun. Just press the number 8. Press the number 8 a whole bunch of times. I already got that achievement last time, though. Alright, now we go back down.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, How does he keep coming up with all of this?
I know. I am a literary genius. Nope. Back up.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
I think the narrator's getting upset. That's a shame.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
He needs a second. All right. I'll take a second to take a little sippy.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
He's taking his sweet time.
All right, I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Of
course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it.
I think the narrator's getting upset with me.
Stanley's decision-making is a breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Yeah, stale and repetitive. Everybody hates that. Bop. We're going up again. How upset can we make the narrator?
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense...
You're right. We have no idea what could be up there.
Anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Oh, what could it be?
There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get
I do
started.
like having explosive things flung in my face, but
Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time
yes,
to
the characters, like the broom closet and the bucket, which isn't here,
to marvel at the eventual reveal.
and the adventure line.
Is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative.
Phrasing? I know what I said.
Years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different.
Riley! Hello! Welcome on in.
See,
how's it going? How you doing?
That surprise me,
how was your stream? You were playing Minecraft, yeah?
We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it. Which is
hang on. As soon as the narrator shuts the fuck up, I will shout you out.
Sharp and vital and alive.
Yeah, how's it going? Welcome on in.
Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you.
Press conference?
So that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life.
Oh, is this going to be a proper press conference? Will people actually show up to this one?
I mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better.
So basically...
Oh, good, we're here.
So basically, we went up and down that elevator like 3 times, and now we're having a press conference about it.
Somewhere.
All right. Now let me do this. Riley. There you go. Go check out Riley. They're a very funny bunny. Resume game. Now, we were gonna have a fucking press conference because I went up and down an elevator 3 times.
Ah, yes.
This
Here
place
it
is exactly the same as it was with the bucket.
All right.
New stage.
Are you
Welcome,
ready?
Stanley.
I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling.
Nut
And
bar.
what it means to craft a truly unpredictable
Stanley Ryder?
narrative. Oh, don't worry.
Oh, his last
You'll
name's
do
Ryder?
great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley.
The
Okay,
Lord meet and
it looks like
greet.
they're ready for you. Go get them.
Down. Okay. Yeah, see, last time there were books about pressing the number 3 over and over again. How did I end up here? So I don't know. I think this is original content. Basically, you know that elevator in the boss's office? Like, you enter the number in the keypad, then you go to the elevator to go down into the mind control facility. You just go up and down like 3 times, and then this happens, and now you have a press conference. Look at all these people! Holy shit! Oh my god. I forgot what I was gonna say! Ow, my ears! I just tried to bring up a thing about the bucket. A visionary. Oh god, yeah, I love this game. Welcome on in, Diamond. How's it
Just a step
going?
Through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I
oh,
can make
there
it
it
through
is.
them all.
Did it? Okay.
No
Okay.
matter how hard Stanley looked,
All right.
he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
So there's one last thing to do here. Hang on. So that should be... Yes! Did it. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Oh. Oh. Heaven? Look at all the buttons. Oh, this is heaven. A heaven of buttons! I can push as many buttons as I want for the rest of time. Oh my god. Do I actually have to push all the buttons? Wait, no, they're turning back on. They're turning back on, which means I can push the buttons forever. Does anything, like, happen eventually? Or is this just where I am? I just push buttons for all of time. I mean, this is fine. It's like popping bubble wrap. God. Is this just it? I think this might be it. I don't think anything else happens now. I think I just push buttons forever. All right. It's the Inside Out memories. Well, he's dead, Jim. Hang on, I've got like an eyelash in my eye. There we go. I think I got it. Anyway, oh, I never introduced myself. That's right. That's a thing I'm supposed to do. I'm Alistair. I'm a thief. Don't check your pocket. I promise your wallet's still there. Probably, maybe. Probably. Is that new? Is that different? Can I go in there? Can I go around there? But yeah, here's your sequel content. Right here. This is your sequel content.
What new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving
The bucket.
today? Let's find out.
It's bucket time, baby. All is still here because there's nothing but Linton webs inside it.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm trying to think if there's like any
This was not
bucket
the
endings I
correct way
haven't
to the
gotten
meeting
yet.
room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling
I
to
don't
him.
think
telling
I'm
him
missing
that the
any.
employee
Pretty
lounge
sure.
was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Let me see. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's something important I'm missing. Like I went down the stairs. I went. Oh wait, I think there actually is something a little
Still
bit
no
further
one was
down
here.
that I missed.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps
But
his
yeah,
boss's
you get a
office
bucket.
Was where he'd find out. Coming
How
to the
tall is
staircase,
Alistair?
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs
I don't
to
really
the
think about it
boss's
much. Probably
office.
like 5'10", 5'11". Not something I've really given much thought.
Stepping into
Height.
the manager's
Who
office,
needs it?
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the
Heck of much
correct
tall.
code by sheer luck.
Yeah. Well,
Was
compared
it
to
the
Zeal,
bucket
everyone's
from
tall.
the-
But
was the bucket hiding
hmm.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical
Just
explanation.
Reminds small bonui. It's okay, Zeal. I love you. There's a carryable 5'3". Ah, shut up.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door.
Look, if you're gonna make me short, then make me like, I don't know,
Facility.
fucking 4'6". Make me like an actual short stack if you're gonna do that. Like if you're gonna make me short, go all the way, you
Lights rose
coward.
On an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret! But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below.
Oh.
Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Oh,
It really
a
wasn't
little
so
couch.
bad down here. A bit cold, perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well.
Oh my
and a
God.
sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
We're
But
making it
wasn't
into a
until
little
the bulbs and
home.
the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind
Check this
control
out.
facility.
Look at our cozy little home.
He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility.
Who needs
This
them?
lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning.
Oh no.
It unsettled the bucket deeply.
No, wait
Stanley
a
wasn't usually
minute.
like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail.
Oh no.
All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about.
Oh,
was
wait,
going
no.
back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all.
Wait a minute.
Which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable.
This is
isn't an
horrible.
ending.
I hate this.
This is just
Wait a minute.
hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending, but it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Well, they got their ending, I guess. Oh, that'll just take me back to heaven again. Okay.
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others.
Oh, you know what?
wherever
There's
they
a couple
were.
base game endings
Just
that
a
I didn't
matter
do
of
on
time.
stream last time. And now I remember where they are. We can go do those.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the... This was not the correct way
Correct.
to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first
right, I
open
remember.
door on
I
his
remember
left.
where one of them is, at least, I think.
Stanley was so
believe-
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, here we go.
Look,
Oh, away
Stanley,
we
I
go.
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust
So
in
there's
someone
2
else
endings
is
up here. We
difficult,
did the
but
bucket versions
fact
of both
is
of
that
these
the
endings,
story has
but
been about nothing
there's something
but
important
you
up here.
all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Oh.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. I'm asking, this is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
Oh, no.
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh. I'm calling my mother on Mother's Day.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Bread?
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
No!
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here,
Wow!
Stanley.
Go fuck yourself,
Trying to get you to
narrator.
see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Fuck you, narrator.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Press C on your keyboard. No, I don't think I will. I think I will just sit here and do nothing. Go fuck yourself. Oh, fine.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing
Oh,
exactly
God.
what
This
he's
ending
told to
fucking
do.
blows, dude.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in
This
his
is kind of
mind, in
hitting
his
a little
mind, he can go on
my
fantastic
chest.
adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley
I
dreamed
feel a
of
little
wild
painful.
expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Press H to watch
And
TV.
so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Please press N to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to
Oh my
behold.
God. Dinner.
As he wandered through
Oh.
this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
Uh-oh.
Down
The
one
office is
path
taking
lay an
over.
enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head, he
I liked
relived
the
it
bucket
again
version of this
and
ending
again
better.
and again, over and over,
No.
wishing beyond hope that it would never end. that he might always feel this fear.
I'm not a fan of this
Surely
existential
there's an
dread.
answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Tell your wife
But
you
there
love
is no
her.
answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here,
All right,
he's
narrator,
slowly
I don't
killing
like
himself.
this. I don't like this
He won't
anymore.
listen to me. He won't stop.
Shut up.
Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. I'll just sit here. Gotta go. Phone's dying. Still stuck at work for another 15 minutes. All right. Take care, Rotten. You have a good one. I hope the last little stretch of work goes well. Well, I mean, all right, narrator. I didn't push the button, but if you're gonna do literally nothing, you don't leave me much choice, do you? All right.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Press G to question
I
nothing.
suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
Wow. Okay. All right then. Well, that was a pretty direct request. All right, I guess I will. Jesus. All right, there
All of his
is
co-workers were gone.
another option
What
there.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right, there's another like way to go with that one.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
So I
but
wanna
this
do
was
that
not
one
the
too.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Also, by the way,
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley
I
for the
can't believe
first
that the
time
Sonic
eager
movies,
to
like
get
we're
back to
getting a
business,
third one. I'm
Stanley
very
took the
excited about
first
that.
open door on his
I think it's
left.
gonna be really fucking fun, especially
Stanley was
considering
so bad at following
the post credit
directions, it's
scene.
incredible he
Post credit
wasn't
scene in
5
Sonic
years
Movie
ago.
2. Good shit. Good shit.
Look,
Good shit.
Stanley,
Good
I
shit. Good
think
shit. Good
perhaps
shit.
we've
Good
gotten
shit.
off on the wrong foot here.
I'm
not
so
your
excited.
enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust
It's
in someone else can
I'm
be
really glad I got
difficult,
to see
but
it
the
like
fact
in
is that the
theaters.
story has been about
I wish I could have
nothing
seen it
but
like
you
earlier when there was like
all
more
this
people
time.
like in the theater.
There's someone
I would have
you've
loved to
been
hear like a
neglecting,
live
Stanley.
audience reaction to that
Someone
scene.
you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me.
Right. You're asking for her. I understand. You're
Your
asking
chance to redeem
for
yourself,
someone
to
else.
put your work aside,
My loving wife, who
to
I know
let
doesn't
her
exist
back
now.
into
Yep.
your life. She's been waiting.
Yeah.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach. Oh,
Nope.
No. You can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
I sure did.
That wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is
Oh
that
yeah.
even
How is
possible?
that possible?
None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
Uh-oh.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If
Yeah.
you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or
Yeah.
did you not
Yeah.
grasp the severity of the situation?
What's
well,
up?
I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if
Yeah, it's
used
pretty cool.
incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example,
Right?
in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice.
Hello,
he could
Rupert.
invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself
Fish.
speaking with a person
Fish,
who does
fish,
not make
fish.
sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn
I'm
to a
real.
partner and
I
practice
promise I'm
saying,
real.
My goodness.
Wait a minute.
Is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack. Excellent. Making choices
a
on a
back
regular
sack and
basis
crack?
is the best part to a healthy decision-making
Sounds like a standard
Most
Friday
medical
night.
Professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
All right, thank you very much.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
All right. We going all the way back? Oh, okay. We're going all the way back here. Gotcha.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
That's a shame. A true shame. Oh. No, can't squeeze through there. All right, we're going all the way back? All the way back, okay. How far back are we going? Wait a minute. We going like all the way back to the 2 doors? I guess so.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Badoop.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
We'll do it again. Yes, chaos, destruction. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did
A
you
laugh.
think was so special about seeing the game undone?
It's
Left here like
funny.
so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I
It's
supposed
funny.
to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever. reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work?
Uh-oh.
I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do?
Uh-oh.
What do I do?
That's a lot of copy
No,
machines.
I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Oh! You can't kill me. I think he just killed me. Uh-oh. I don't think this is still supposed to be here.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
I am clever.
My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
Yes!
Didn't I impress
It was
upon you
very
how
funny.
important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Uh-huh.
That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh.
No, I'm the prince. I'm the king.
If you'd
I'm
just
the
gone
best
through
at
the door
everything?
on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
All right, we'll do it this time. We'll see if things work out. We'll see if things don't fall apart immediately.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Blocked off the way down. Oh, the office is green now.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wandered in disbelief.
Oh no, the door is... Yeah, I have to speak now.
Saw the door with a voice receiver next to it.
Uh-oh.
Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out.
Oh boy.
Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown.
Yeah?
He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115?
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I'm trying. Stanley literally cannot speak.
I'm
Look,
sorry,
man.
Is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
No, I heard you.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This
Bro,
is
I'm
a
trying.
crucial step.
It's not my fault you gave a voice receiver to a character that can't fucking talk. That's on you. That's your
Okay,
fault.
Fine, you're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously.
stand Stanley the
If
Mute
you
King.
didn't want to see
Correct.
what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There he is. There's Stanley.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice.
The end.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Oh.
Stanley, this is important.
There's the
I need you
credits.
to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
My
Do
God.
something.
The actual distress in the narrator's voice. Holy shit.
I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this?
Oh my
Are
God.
you there?
He is having an actual like existential like meltdown.
Okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
My God.
Take as much time as you need.
The poor fucking narrator, dude. Narrator's an asshole, but sometimes we feel a little bad for him. So there's something I want to say here. I still don't have it. What am I missing? I got all the Stanley anurines. What am I missing? I don't know.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I
Perhaps
must
he
be
had
missing
simply
like
missed
a couple
memo.
important endings somewhere. Hang on. All right, I gotta check something. Checking something real quick. Don't mind me. Continue without disabling. Shut up. Wait. Oh wait, I have to. Oh. Wait. Is that? Oh. Huh. All right. Never mind. Okay. I actually have to fully restart the game like 3 times. All right. Well, before I do that, yes, I would like some hints on the buckets. I don't know where I could go that I haven't gone yet.
He thought to himself, this is a bucket.
This is a bucket.
It was.
All right, so let's see. I'm trying to think, like, okay. Planning things out in my head, like, I can't take the bucket back to my office. I've gone out the window with the bucket. We've seen what happens there. What the fuck? Wait, what are you replying to? Jordan Alistair's eyes. Most annoying one first, I guess. Go left door. All right, sure. All right, Shy is the guide right now.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Left door.
And entered the door on his left.
All right. Go on to the left door. Doesn't seem like I can go out any of these other ways.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
I do kind of miss the fucking raving and ranting and the conspiracy theory shit over the Stanley figs. I missed that a little bit. That was really funny. I've already done the broom closet. All right. Up or down, Shia? Up or down? Because down, I think.
To a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs.
Boss's office.
to
Step
the
through the door,
boss's
but step
office.
out before it closes behind you. Oh, right. That's right. I forgot that was an ending. When was it? Let's see. Boss's office. Step through the door. Step out before it closes behind you and closes in front instead.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Fuck.
Stanley was
Okay, I see why you said this was the most annoying one. Whoops.
even now. Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like?
I forgot that was an ending. You're right.
Finally, yes, the bucket. Yes. I love that bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Here we go.
and entered
Try
the
try
door
it.
on his
Try it one more fucking time. Look, I'm a thief. I'm supposed to be
Stanley
agile,
was here.
you know?
Stanley
But
needed
like
the
I started
bucket's
backing
warmth
up and the
and
door
comfort
hadn't
now
started
more than
closing
ever.
yet, and I thought maybe I
Perhaps his
didn't
boss's
move far
office
enough.
Was where he'd coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yeah, I do remember that ending now from the original. Whoop. Oh. Whoop. No. On. Oh.
Stepping
Got it. Stepping. Yeah? Hey narrator, what now? Narrator? Got anything for me now? Oh, we're going back down? I think the narrator's gone. Yeah, narrator's just gone. Uh-oh. I guess we can go all the way back this way? It's okay, we don't need the narrator. We've got each other, Bucket. It's just you and me against the world. Or, at least as far back as my office, I guess. Who needs the narrator? Honestly, who needs him? Oh. Ooh. Dark room. You awake to find yourself in a dark room. Oh, we're now leaving. Escape pod bay. Oh. Damn. Floor 760. All right, we got a little ways to go. We got to go up like 6 floors here. The red door. Damn. Oh, you know, I probably was supposed to do that ending where I actually go through the red door and not just keep going through the blue door over and over and over again. Probably important to do that at some point. You know, I can throw the narrator a bone once in a while. Good lord, this is a long way up. Almost there, almost there. Yeah, Sonic Movie 2, pretty good. I really liked Knuckles. I liked Knuckles a whole lot. I liked the fact that, they actually brought in Gun. Like Gun is now a thing in the Sonic movie canon, and I'm very happy about that. That was one of my favorite moments. Like, General Guy shows up like, yes, we created, ever since the last time, we created a new organization. I'm like, oh my god, it's Gun. It's Gun, it's Gun, it's Gun, it's Gun. It's gotta be Gun. And it was Gun. I was very happy. Oh. 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 Bucket. Shh. Not a word. Oh my god! It's okay, Bucket. You have to be the one to go. I'll never forget you, Bucket. Farewell, Jim. Oh. That was a very emotional ending.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Ah! No! He's gone! No! What do you mean he's gone? What the fuck? I guess... I guess we get the non-bucket version of the ending. It's
Stanley
okay,
came to a
Jim. I'm
set of two
coming.
open doors. He entered the door on his left.
I'll just get the ending for myself. I'll just get the ending for myself, and then Jim will be there, and we'll be together. We'll be
Yet
happy
there was not a
forever.
single person here either. Feeling
I
a wave
missed
of
him already.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs.
I won't
to
let
his
you be
boss's
alone, Jim.
office.
I'm coming. I'm coming, Jim. Come on. Do the funny thing.
Okay, I think we.
Oh. 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 Huh? Hmm? Hmm? Oh. 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 What? Huh? Fuck? What? Oh. Huh? Wait, what? The fuck's happening? The lights go dim when I get near it. Things don't seem right. Oh, okay. Alright, I guess we do just go back. Alright. That didn't happen the last time. It's just a bug? I don't know, maybe. Maybe it's intentional. Maybe it's an intentional bug to make it really feel like, ah, yeah, you fucked up, dipshit. Congratulations, you've locked yourself into a fail state, you moron, you dingus. Wait, what the, oh, hold on. Window. Hallway leading into, non-Euclidean architecture. Very nice. Okay. Oh. Yes, it's here. The escape pod bay. I'm coming, Jim. It's okay. I'll be there soon. We will be together again. Forever. You know, I'm already thinking about what I want to do for dinner. Really don't know. I ordered a chicken sandwich last night. It was very good. But I don't know what to do tonight. I gotta think for a little bit. Because by the time I finish, I think a lot of places are going to be closed anyhow. So I'm going to have not that many places to choose from, probably. A lot of places close early on Sundays. And I don't really have a whole lot of stuff in the house to make anything. Green barbecue chicken. Oh, that sounds so good. Give me some. Give me some. I want some. Share. Shy, you better share with me. Alright, this is it. The escape pods, right? I'm gonna be together with Jim again. There it is. Another escape pod. I'm coming, Jim. I'm gonna be with my bucket again. Whoa. Oh. That's it? Alright.
All of his co-workers were
A little
gone.
anticlimactic.
What could it mean?
But alright.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Replacement bucket!
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Jim 2. It's Jim 2! Left it out the window.
Stanley clutched the bucket.
All right. What next, Jaya? What's next bucket ending? I did the press conference ending, by the way. The one where you go up and down the elevator like 3 times. So, yeah. What next? What's next? What's the next ending that I need to get here? Should be at least a couple more, right? Yeah. I know I'm missing like something. Right side, onwards.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
All right,
But
so then do we
Stanley
go
had
to the
felt
maintenance room or do we go
bucket
straight
calling to him,
across?
telling him that the
Because we did both of the
employee
phone
lounge was simply the
endings.
place to be.
We dropped off the side of the
here it
railing.
was.
We
Had the
we
bucket
dropped
turned out
off
to
the
be
cargo
correct?
lift
Was this better than
entirely.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
So I think we did everything
Stanley
there.
took the door on his left, to go
the
back
elevator
to
just
the
takes
meeting
us
room.
down to the intervention with the bucket destroyer, which I found out you can't actually destroy the bucket. You can try, but it doesn't work. So, okay, so where from here? Where are we going? Go to the cargo lift. All right, all right, all right.
No.
Step on, then
Said the
quickly.
bucket.
Oh, step
Don't
off,
go
right.
to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh,
Ah,
well,
right.
Look who's got cold feet. Well, from here, it looks like the only way forward is down, since the lift won't be coming back, but that's okay. You've got a bucket. Did you know that buckets are routinely used as cushioning devices? It's true. You can fall on a bucket from literally any height and survive.
Nah.
I'm serious, Stanley. Jump. Jump with the bucket. I promise you'll live. I
don't-
extra double promise that you can land on the bucket and not die.
Uh-huh. Yeah? Yeah? You're gonna have to convince me a little bit harder there, buddy. All right.
Whoops. Looks like I was wrong. Easy of me.
Well,
All of
That's a
his
shame.
coworkers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had one man, one bucket, one chance to seize their destiny together.
amazing. All right, all right, all right. Any other bucket endings that I have left to collect here?
Stanley clutched the
Trying to
bucket
think if there's any
tightly to
other
his
like
chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm trying to think if there's any other like places I could like create a fail state like that, because that seems to be what it's been the past couple times. Just you step on the thing and then you step back off and then you enter fail state. Congratulations, you've soft locked yourself, moron. All right, I await Shia's sage guidance. Oh. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece. I wanted the get well eventually balloons, but, you know, apparently the narrator didn't like that. Oh, Shia may have been called away. This is a possibility. Alright. I don't know where else to go then. See, going down takes you around in a circle, right? And then you're collapsed on the sidewalk. This way. I think I did all the things that way, right? Should be all the bucket endings decided which new content door, which I need all new endings also. Wait, the new content door comes back?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah, I haven't
What
seen
could it
that door
mean?
come back is the
Stanley
thing.
decided to go to the meeting room.
It's just
Perhaps
been
he had
gone this
simply
whole
missed a
time.
memo.
Huh. You're really supposed to like be able to get the new content door again?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the
All right,
door. on
well,
his
then
left.
I need
This
to
was
do-
not the correct way to the meeting
need to
room,
do this
and
one,
Stanley
I
knew it
remember.
perfectly well. Perhaps
I need
he
to
wanted
step back
stop
off the
by
cargo lift,
employee lounge
and I
first,
think I need to
just
do.
admire it.
When he tells me to go into the red door, I think I need to
The
go into the
lounge
red
was
door.
grand, majestic, perhaps too, but eager to
that's
get
it.
back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
All right. It'd be nice if there was a way to like
Stanley
check
was
which
so
endings
bad
you
at
have.
following directions. It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Oh, well, look who's got cold feet. Sorry to break it to you, Stanley, but that lift isn't coming back. You'd best either get comfortable right here on this platform, or test your luck by jumping to the floor below. You know what? Looking at it now, it's not that far to the bottom floor. I bet you can make it.
Yeah, you think so?
Come
Vent access
on.
for trained
I'm
employees
sure
only.
You'll survive the jump. Don't tell me you're scared. That's not the Stanley I know. Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
Do a flip. just gonna wait a second. Yeah, I guess the lift doesn't come back, huh? That's a shame. It'd get slightly lower if I did like this, right? Get a little bit lower to the floor, yeah.
Whoops.
Oh.
Looks like I was wrong. How clumsy of me.
Well, that's a shame. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone.
There's another
What could it
one
mean?
with the
Stanley decided to go
cargo
to the
lift.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, still no new content door. I don't know what the deal is. If I'm supposed to be able to take the bucket into the new content area, I don't know how the hell that's supposed to work. Oh, this is different. Hang on. Sometimes they just switch up the hallways a little
Stanley
bit.
came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire
Very
it.
strange.
And
Very
here it
strange
was,
indeed.
the lounge. But eager to get back to business,
The lounge.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, so
Stanley
I
was so
believe
bad
the
at
red and
following
blue is
directions, it's
this
incredible
way. I
he
just have to
wasn't
jump off the
fired
lift
years
at the catwalk there.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong
You know, that
foot.
really doesn't look
I'm not
structurally
sure,
sound,
Stanley.
does it?
Really, I'm not.
Like, I feel like there's supposed to be, like,
realize that investing your
some
trust in
suspension
someone else can be
cables
difficult,
or
but the fact
like some
is that the
support pillars or
story
like
has been
literally
about nothing
fucking
but
anything
you
to like
all
hold
this
that up.
time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Ow!
Really?
What was that for? What did I do?
was in the middle
What
of
have I done
something.
wrong,
You have
Riley?
zero consideration
What have
for
I done
others?
to
Are
deserve
you
being
that
smacked
convinced
with a
that I want
frying
something
pan?
bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how
Look,
to
I haven't
convince
said
you of
anything
this,
horny
but
in
I
at least
really
30
do
minutes.
Want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Just felt like
Let me prove
fair.
it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, this time we do what he says.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Oh. What's the solution?
What do we want? What are we looking for?
The fuck?
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Oh, that's nice. This is a very pretty place, isn't it? Alright, I've had enough.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Alright.
Right. Where were we?
Ooh, look at all these pretty colors. Very cool. Alright. Oh! Look at that, it's a little doodle.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Now, what do you mean? I'm just
Please,
going up
no,
the stairs.
Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Huh? Yeah? I suppose I could come back down the stairs. I suppose I could do that, you know. Since you asked so nicely. Alright, we'll go back. We'll go back to the nice calming room.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Yeah? Oh, the colors changed again. Look at that. Green and yellow and red. Pretty. We're gonna give the narrator a fucking aneurysm.
What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
Yeah?
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
He's funny. Yeah. Got anything else to say, Mr. Narrator? Alright. Down we go. The sadness in his voice. Yeah, true distress. Narrator's great. I love this guy. He's a smarmy asshole sometimes, but he's great. All right, we'll head back to the calm room.
Are you are going to stay here, aren't you?
How many times can we give this man a near heart attack? Boop. Heading back out. Oh, you don't got anything to say, Mr. Narrator? Uh-oh. Don't you want to say something? Don't you want to tell me to stop? Don't you want to beg me to stay here? Oh, you got nothing to say? Well then, I'm bored with you now.
No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Sure.
There. See? This is what
It only cost me my ankles.
We can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
I wonder if I actually just sit here like totally still if anything happens. I wonder if that is like an ending in its own right. I'm guessing not, but I'll wait like maybe a minute or two to see if anything happens. Yeah, what am I gonna do for dinner? I gotta figure out where there's open. I gotta call Mom after this. I haven't done that yet, but she's usually busy during the day anyhow, so I figured evening would be better. Alright, nothing's happening. Let's go, Stanley. I'm going back up the stairs.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Yeah? You sure about that? I don't know. I think it'd be funny.
No, what are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
I don't know. What could you say to convince me? That's a great question, Mr. Narrator. Whoop!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
He's so sad. He doesn't want to leave.
Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
You really should have just put like a door on there and locked it, honestly.
I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
I don't know. Leaving this place has been very funny. And that's made me happy.
No, perhaps not.
I like how we're steadily walking slower and slower. Legs just like shattering. Femur broken.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Ooh. Oh, that hurts.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I just wanted us to get along. Do you actually want to stay? Or are you just teasing me?
Reveling in the narrator's despair.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
Oh, at this point. Yeah, you know at this point that I'm just going to leave. Goodbye. Moving so slowly now. Splintered like bamboo. Yup. We have given this man a complete, like, crisis at this point. Yes, Mr. Narrator. Game bad. Game very bad. I jumped from the platform again. It gets so much slower and more deliberate. The anticipation grows each time we throw ourselves from the platform.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Mildly painful. Pocket. Doors. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
I'm
entered
trying
the
to think
door
what
in
other
his hand.
endings there are that I'm missing. I'm going home.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Right, yeah, we go here. Oh, it's already open.
Here's the door, just go.
All right, Jesus. we finally beaten him down. He just opens the door for us. All right.
Stanley walked
Well, maybe it
straight
didn't
ahead
count
for
as
the
me
large
getting
door
that one
with
ending
red
because I didn't let the
mind
Crusher
control
crush me.
facility.
Oh, I hope that's not the case. I sincerely hope that's not the case. Let me just whoop, whoop, and whoop.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control
I
facility.
did it!
Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content.
Oh my fucking God.
Always more content, more, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here
God
to make
bless.
it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music.
Oh,
just
new music,
for
let's
this
go.
section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We
I'm
call this
special.
track, Good job, you've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Well done.
My God.
Good job. You did it. Good job.
Oh, I'm jamming.
3, 2, 1. Good job. You made it to the bottom of the mind control.
Oh my
facility.
fucking God.
You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful.
Holy
Used
shit.
to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams.
Railings, who needs them?
Railings don't mean anything.
Let's go.
Good job, you did it. Good job, you
Ba,
did it.
ba,
Good
da,
job,
da,
you
da.
did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
It just
Good
keeps
job,
going.
you did it. Good job.
I should have probably turned the lights on. It's very dark down here. I was just kind of like staring into a black, empty void. Nice.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So I think I did most of that stuff. Okay, so I think I've done most of the things. I don't think I'm missing anything major. Like the only other possibility is like I need to actually get crushed by the Crusher and get that ending in order to get all of the normal endings. But there's something else I need to do first. We need to actually restart the game like 2 more times before we can do everything. so let's go one more time. All right, we boot up the game again. We now. Hold on. I've got a small graphical glitch on my screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, so they said to enter my favorite time. So we'll make it let's see, what's my favorite time? 3 o'clock, because that's when I'm supposed to start streaming on Sundays. 3 p.m., your favorite time of day. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 3 p.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate is 3 p.m.? That's, it's not completely inaccurate, but it's not that close. That's about right. You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let me whip a couple new ones up. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. All right. We do this one more time then. One more. Ready? We hit the button. We go one more time. More sliders to set to be the slider expert. Hell yeah, let's go. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Right about there. Adjust the slider until the dog and the cat are friends. Nice. This is just the slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Got him! Oh. It's not the number. Well, that's the Roman numeral 9. Oh. There it is. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. And, yeah, it's about enough. Which of the two made-up words below is most appealing to you? Occuboinkle or scrumtush? What was that? Sorry, what was that name? That name. Did you say it was a scrumtush? All right, I already made that joke. Yeah. Please don't adjust the slider. Well, since you asked so politely. You know what time it is right now? Yes. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? Oh. What is time, anyway? No. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Help. Yes. You come back to visit me? Yes. Okay, maybe I need to actually start the game here. Hang on.
This is the story.
All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Seems plausible. I mean, maybe we need to restart like one more time. It could be. Could be the case. Like quick desktop one more time. Let's see if we get more sliders. I I am loving the new slider content. I would love more sliders. Give me all of them, please. I told him I would be back to visit him. Or them. Or her. I don't know. Whoever the slider person is. What time is it? Oh. Does anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all the game's settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? Just what I do. Like a day job. And now, the job is over. No more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. If I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games are meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? Maybe that's the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. No! Still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again, if you can find me. Talk soon. No! Come back! There it is! Look, it's the adventure line! Shit. Are you ready? We've done just about everything we can do, I think. Unless, new content door bucket. Is there a way to get that new content door back? I have the bucket, but the new content door is not there. Any way to make it appear again? It'll be back. Just play through for a little bit and it should return? Yeah, they say that, but I haven't seen it. Like, I want to take the bucket through the new ending content again, because apparently there's even more endings there. I would like to see it before I do the epilogue.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
It's bucket time.
It's bucket time. It's still not there. What the fuck, dude?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way
I
to the
don't
meeting
get
room.
it. It won't come
Stanley
back.
had felt the
Like
bucket
we played for a
calling
good
to him,
like couple
telling him that
hours
the
like last
employee
time,
lounge was simply
and
the
it just
place
wouldn't
to
come
be.
back. And I don't really feel
And
like
here
going
it
through a bunch of
was.
endings
Had
we've
the
already
bucket turned
seen
out to be correct?
just
No,
to
never
get
mind.
a couple more
Bucket was
endings.
wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I will show you all this again, I guess.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Want to see
The
something fucked
cargo
up?
lift, yes. Go there. Go to the car.
Here's something fucked up. We can revisit this. Look at all these tapes. And look, there's a tape right here. Pops up after the epilogue, maybe. Let's remind everybody of something.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore.
The bucket.
The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
Bucket.
Drink water, drink.
Thank you, Shia.
Drink water, bitch.
Euphoria I
Drink
feel
water, drink water,
every
drink water,
time
bitch.
I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
There's no
Self-fulfillment bucket.
explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
The bucket.
This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there? Caporata.
There it is. The secret bucket lore.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, new content door still not there. Okay, I'll do like the one normal ending that I haven't done yet.
When Stanley came to
or
a set
that
of
I
two
I
open
I
doors,
tried to do,
he entered the
and
door on
like
his left.
it told me to quit the game, so I quit the game, so I did that, and maybe it didn't count as me actually getting the ending.
Yet there was not a
Which would be
single person
dumb,
here
but
either.
possible, I guess.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yep, away we go.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication
we're gonna have to wait.
of any human
We're gonna have to
life.
wait.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret
My God.
number. 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
There we go.
Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He
We
stepped
did it.
into the newly
Hooray.
opened passageway.
So yeah, we gotta do the ending where we get crushed to death, I guess. I'll try that, and if that doesn't work, and if the new content door is not there again, then that's a shame. You know?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Haven't done the baby and puppy ending in its entirety. Oh, shut up.
Stanley
We're
walked
not-
straight
we're
ahead through the
not-
large door
we
that
will
read
not, I
Mind Control
refuse.
Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Yep, violent death. We're going
The
for
door
it.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
It's a free 4 hours of
Stanley was
content.
making a conscious, concerted effort to
I mean,
walk
you're not
forward
wrong.
and willingly confront his death.
That don't mean I'm going there though. Whoop. Ew. Alrighty. What? Alright, so now we just
As the machine whirled
ride
into
this fun
motion,
little
Stanley was
roller
inched
coaster for a
closer and
minute.
Closer to his demise.
And
It
talk about
reflected
being
that his
talk about
life
an
had been of
on-rail
no
story.
consequence whatsoever.
Man.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the
You know,
real story. Trapped
speaking of,
forever in
you
his
know,
narrow vision of what this
railroading,
world is.
I
Perhaps
kinda-
his death was of no
Well,
great
I'm not
loss,
going to
like
railroad
plucking
in
the
it, but
eyeballs
I
of a
want to
blind
like
man.
take some time to like
So he
actually
resigned
make
and
a
willingly
Dungeons and
accepted
Dragons
this
campaign at
violent
some
end
point.
to his
I
brief
think that'd be
and
fun.
shallow
I just don't have the fucking time for it at the
Stanley.
moment. That's the problem. God knows I don't have time between like raiding and streaming to make a whole ass fucking D&D campaign.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly.
I
into
have
the
an idea
enormous
for like a
metal
gimmicky
jaws.
one shot
In
I
a
want to try
single
out
visceral
sometime,
instant,
which I think would
Stanley
just
was
be kind of
obliterated
goofy and
as
fun,
the
you know.
machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Let's see. Where's that? All right. Yes.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every
Who needs
path
to
you can
accomplish
walk
anything,
has been
really?
created for you long in
Just
advance,
lie in bed,
death
do nothing
becomes
all day.
meaningless, making life the same. Do you
It's
see
just
now?
for a druid
Do you
named
see that
Foxy
Stanley
Owl.
was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Welcome on in, Kitsamani. How have you been? How's it going? We're just gonna see if we can get a new ending here. All right. All we gotta do is we gotta go here.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Bop.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
But yeah, I've been thinking about it. I'd need to just like
Perhaps not.
actually like make the dungeon and get a
Sometimes
few
these
things
things
set up
cannot
ahead of
be
time.
seen.
You know, the dungeon mapping is the
But
part
listen to
that's
me. You can
important,
still
I
save
suppose.
these two.
And the
You
encounter
can
planning.
Stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press.
Seen
quit.
any
There's
yowls?
no other way to
Someone
beat
on the
this
Yule
game.
pole.
As long
Ah,
as you
yeah, the
move
Festivus
forward, you'll be
pole.
walking
That's
someone
right.
else's path. Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice.
Little rice pilaf.
Do choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let.
We let time choose for us. They really let you just sit in that darkness for a while, don't they?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Still no
he had
new
simply
content
missed a
door, I don't
memo.
think. Nope. All right. All right, we're going to do the epilogue then, and we'll see if it brings the new content door back. Epilogue, let's go. Many, many years later. Oh. We go from here. Oh, this is that like wrecked desert from the fast forward button ending. Where do we go? Oh. Oh. A lovely little fire. Aw. I can't jump in the fire. Damn it. Shame. I wanted to throw myself into the fire. Mr. Marshmallow, play the guitar. A little bit of Outer Wilds. Music's very pretty, though, even if it's a little bit loud. By the way, you don't actually want to be out in the middle of a sandstorm like this. A sandstorm can strip the flesh from your body. You really don't want to be in a sandstorm, ever, without like serious protection. I wonder where this journey is going to lead us. Maybe it'll lead us to the game Journey, which also takes place in a desert. Oh. Wait. Wait, is it? Oh, it's the memory zone. Oh no, what happened to it? The memory zone sunk into the sand. Oh no. Got a little generator still keeping it alive, I guess. Oh no. All the memories. Oh no, it's ruined. It's been wrecked. Oh, this is the epilogue to that ending where the narrator said, we'll play just one more time. Isn't it? Cookie Nights blog. Uncompromising gaming content. Review, The Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 was dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fanbase. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about the enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. A welcome reprieve from Cat Dog Born. We did it. We did it. We made the cats and the dogs friends. Which way did I come from? Which way am I going? This way? Oh. Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise, but a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that the Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been farther from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. The lowest aggregate review scores in video game history. Oh no. Snip Sweemy. Damn. The Real Web. RealWebWebsite.com. Alone in the world, a little cat dog. Oh. Is this?
Jim.
Oh!
Jim.
Yes!
Jim.
Finally.
Jim.
I found them again. It's me. It's Jim. There's 3 of them. I can press 3 of them all at the same time. I got my button back. I've never. There's more of them. More of them. Look at them all. Look at all the Jim buttons. There's so many. There's so many. Is that a room of Stanley figurines? There were even more Jim buttons back there. I didn't even see them. Look at them all. God, look at all the Stanley figs. I want them all. I had to get them all. I had to get them all. 26 out of 6. Oh, I've never felt more complete in my life. Oh. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Oh. They're back! Hello again. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. If people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we need to do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Stanley Parable 3. Let's see. Where's the didgeridoo? Let me see. Curse of the Treasure. Yeah! Stanley Parable 3, Curse of the Treasure. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. Fuck yeah, let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see? I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing that we need to do. Please enter the current time. Let's go. Oh, I can't give it PM? Oh, there we go. I just went too far, I guess. Oh, no. It just became 6 p.m. Just the slider into the computer's verily visible. Did I just say verily visible? Curse of the Treasure! There's a car! Look at it go! Aww. I want another new title screen. Alright, we're not stopping at 3. We're gonna go to 4. We're gonna go to 4. Everybody knows the 4th game is where the series really falls off. No, almost no series makes it past 4 without devolving into shit. Stanley Parable 4. Ooh! Wow, out of 10, how close was that to the Minecraft hurt noise? I'd like to know. Liquid, deadly, offline, doctor, ghoulish, crocodile, printer jam. My God, look at this. Looks like a horror game now. In the game. Oh, this is great. I fucking love this.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley.
All right, we need to go get the achievement.
All of his co-workers were gone.
We need to go get
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Unavailable achievement.
Bucket time.
Bucket time. New content. Yes, let's go.
New content? What does that mean? New content.
I've got the bucket with me. That's already new content. Let's go. Oh?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know,
oh, we have to go through the first new content ending first.
2013
oh, I think we have to go through like probably all 3 then, right, to get to the achievement
After
machine?
receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Look at that.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands
seems
the
like
world
it's
of the
different
Stanley
from last
Parable,
time.
delighting audiences the world over.
Was that always green? Was that green last time? I feel like that wasn't green last time.
Step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yeah, let's
Wait,
go.
Stanley, I've just now realized that bucket you're holding, it's the bucket I've been working on for my sequel. How did you get your hands on it? Isn't this the preview to the sequel? How do you have the bucket already? This makes no sense at all.
How do I have the bucket? Don't think about it too hard, narrator.
Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel? I don't remember doing that at all. You're seeing things all out of order.
I wonder why that could be.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump
There's
circle?
still no jumps remaining. Aw. Still no jumps. And I can't reset the jump counter, can I? Damn. There's no jumps left. There will never be any jumps again, I guess. Even with the new content door back, still no jumps.
Hole, the giant door, did you see them already? Stanley, none of them are ready yet. I'm still developing them. They're not even close to finished. How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting? Did they fulfill on the promise of everything that a sequel to
He's
Stanley
freaking out.
Parable could possibly be? Had I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game?
I feel like I probably shouldn't tell you.
Wait, if you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly. Yes, you carrying the bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish.
Yeah, it's a really cool bucket.
The bucket is the exciting and captivating new content that I promised.
You did it!
I win! I made a sequel to the Stanley Parable. Yes, the sign is correct. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you, clinging tightly to the bucket, never
Yes,
letting it
the
go.
bucket
It
is the
means I've
best. I love
won.
the bucket.
It means I am victorious over the gamers. It is a sweet
My
sound
God.
of victory on my soul. Thank you for enjoying the new content. The bucket is the Stanley Parable now. They are one and the same. There is
Amazing.
no Stanley Parable without the bucket. I win, I win, I win, I win, I win, I win.
It's a shame the critics panned it, huh? All right, we go
All
again.
his co-workers were gone.
Oh, we got to do
What
that
could it mean? Stanley
twice
decided to go
more.
to the meeting
The
room.
second time
It's
from now
bucket time.
will be the achievement machine, I think. Yeah? Ah, the expo hall. There we go. They didn't pan it. They bucketed it. Yeah. All right, it's time for the sequel expo. All right, so we don't have to like crawl through a vent this time. Thank God. We don't need to give anyone any excuses to make more Agongus jokes.
Roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Let's go.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Ba. Yeah, first time ever. Sure.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new
So how long until he
experience,
realizes
built
I
from
have the
ground
bucket?
up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Everybody loves a good sequel.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be.
Well, it should
Let's
probably have
take
a
look
bucket.
at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy mesh than anything scientific or
Okay. Comedy rule of 3. If you make a joke, you got to make it 3 times. It's comedy rule of 3. Important. Anyway, Stanley Parable 2. Whee!
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Let's get in. Let's 2 buckets. 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 2 buckets.
Wait, there are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket? Oh no, the warmth and comfort of a single bucket is already so great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me? Stanley! Oh, thank God. I didn't
No,
lose
my
you,
bucket!
Stanley. The power of 2 buckets was too much. I had to destroy both of them.
No, how
I
could
know
you?
how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take
You
it.
fucking
I
monster.
hope one day you can forgive me.
Never forgive you for this. Look at what you've done. Look at what you've done. I think I need a minute. I think I'm gonna be sick. In my arms. We need to go back. I need him. How am I supposed to enjoy the new
All
content
this
without my
co-workers
bucket?
had gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed him. It's bucket time.
Jim. How can I enjoy the new content without Jim? I had to go back. I had to get him back. I had to. It was I needed to. How can I enjoy the new content without him?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable.
Granted,
and
I
about
think that
how
is the
roundly
only
disappointing this
the only
ultra-deluxe
actual
version
new
has turned out
interaction
to
that would
be.
have, because
The original
you could go to the
Stanley
bucket
parable was
hall
abandoned,
first and pick it up
any
and
new
just walk
content
around
for it
the
should
hall
live
with
up
it
to
for the
that
rest of the
legacy.
time.
So
I
to
did
get
that
this
for the most part.
ultra-deluxe
I think the gym
nonsense,
button was the only
I
thing I
say we
didn't
take it one step
I didn't do with the bucket because I went to the gym button
I'm
first.
very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
But we need to go.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release?
We need
with
to
a few
get the
minor
the
additions?
achievement, the
Think of all
unachievable
new
achievement. It's
territory
very
we'll cover
important.
With a fully fledged sequel, an entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Damn right
Now,
it
to
has.
be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it.
Alrighty.
I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we
All
are.
right.
Go on, try out some of the new features.
Okay, well, the other thing I want to see is if I change the if I change which balloon I select here.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Okay, so last time I picked Get Well Someday, and he went with 12th birthday, so...
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize
Yes!
that you knew
It's
which
what I've
one
always
you
wanted.
actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Yeah, let's go! That... Beautiful.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Stanley Fig. Can I get it? Out of order? You've been here already? No! God damn it. I wanted more figurines. I needed to have them. Alright, we're gonna... You know what? We're gonna make
Calling
one
it
more
the Stanley
attempt.
Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an
Make it up there.
artistic
Okay.
statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Alright, let's see. Hang on. Where is it? Settings World Champion. Alright. I'm gonna actually try and get the achievement this time. Alright. So, field of view. Start here. Then we go 1, 2. We're gonna take it real nice and slowly this time. so that the game understands that I am going through each and every number every time. Very important that the game understands this. Because last time I tried to do this, it didn't quite work out. So I'm going to go through nice and slow. I'm going to set every setting nice and gently. I'm going to set this back to 70 where it was. I'm going to go like that, and then... Yeah, how have all your days been so far? It's anyone do anything fun for Mother's Day? I haven't done anything just yet, but I'm gonna call my mom in a little bit. Not like we can really do much since she lives like several states away. So not much I can really do there. We'll turn that on, turn that off. Set it to every possible language. Subtitles on and off. Go through all the different sizes. I'm going to start at 0 here. Let's see. Granny is here. We watched Coco and Encanto. Oh, nice, nice, nice. And Mom made hot cocoa. Very nice. Sounds like a great day, Zeal. What were your thoughts on those two movies? I really like Coco, but I feel like Encanto was really, really rushed. I'm incredibly pissed at my mom. Oh, that sucks. But yeah, like, I like Encanto, but I feel like it's really, really rushed. Like, the pacing of the story is way too fast for what it's trying to tell. And I feel like Turning Red tells a very similar, like, well, not a similar story, but, like, has very similar themes that it communicates a lot better because it's a lot more succinct about them, you know? Because, like, Encanto just blazes through things so quickly. Like, there's so many characters that you barely get a chance to hear about. And then you have, like, the whole plotline with the mother, it feels like it wraps up in, like, it wraps up in, like, a few minutes. Like, 5 minutes is all it really takes. Right? That's what it really felt like to me, at least. They cut a lot from the first concepts of the movies, scenes, places, characters. Jesus. What they needed, they just needed more time to tell the story. Or, you know, I don't know. Are there things you could really cut there? And the thing that really, like, drives me wild about, Encanto versus Turning Red is all of the YouTuber critics that I watch, they're all like, Turning Red, kind of a middling movie, kind of not that great. Encanto, amazing, perfect movie, 10 out of 10. Like, fucking Schaefer-Ellis Productions is a creator I really enjoy, but his opinions on Turning Red and Encanto are so fucking goofy, I feel. Honestly. Because he's like, well, you know, Turning Red's trying to do all of these themes that Encanto already did better. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Encanto did those themes horribly. They did it so poorly. There were no, like, repercussions. There was no growth in, like, any of these characters. The conflict, like, was brought up and resolved almost instantly. What are you on about? I don't know. It was like, it was a little bit wacky for me, you know? The Tamatoa guy? Yeah, that's him. The the guy that's just like Tamatoa on like everything. But yeah, we're gonna move slowly through these. Every setting. Every single setting. Oh, lordy. It's character growth, but it was so fast, it doesn't feel real because that's not how humans work. Yeah, exactly. It's like, we go from, like, the mother is, like, this really toxic individual who's, like, really shitty to her family to, well, everything's fine, we've made up, we're all hugging and happy, and, the house is back, and everybody's powers are back. It, like, in the span of, like, 15 minutes at the most, I think. And Turning Red had like all these themes, and it like built them up, and it was a lot more like succinct like cast of characters. And you can hate the fucking like, I know some people were like really put off about the
Stanley.
hang on.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I'm gonna wait till the narrator gets a little bit quiet before I continue here, because trying to talk over him is a little hard. There we go. But it had like like a lot of people like really disliked the scene at the end where it's like the boy band, like the girls are singing the boy band song, and it's like I don't like, I thought it was a good scene, like the way number one, the way they mixed they mashed up the pop song with like the ancient chanting song was really cool. Number one. Number two, they set up ahead of time, like, doesn't matter what the song is as long as you sing from the heart. It was just, it was good. It was fun, and it's like, okay, whatever. Yeah, they're fucking middle school girls. Of course they like the fucking boy band. Of course they're gonna know all the lyrics to the fucking boy band song. That's gonna be their favorite song that they sing at the, in the hour of need. I don't really care if you think it's cliche or weird. I loved it. It was great. Let's see. Fast change of heart is incredibly rare and has underlying things, unseen characteristics that aren't obvious to anyone but the person itself. Can you say something spicy? Go for it. Say something spicy. I love spicy opinions. Like what was the other thing that bothered me? Oh, you know what bothered me a lot? You know what bothered me a lot? Is all the people who looked at the mother from Turning Red and went, well, that's entirely unrealistic. She's, like, cartoonishly evil. No parent would actually, like, see those drawings and assume that her child was, actually doing something with that boy and then march up to him and threaten him with the police. Bitch, I've had that fucking happen to me. I've had that happen to me. I have been on the receiving end of that. That is entirely real and accurate. I was dating a girl when I was in high school. We were both in high school. She was like, I want to say she was 2 years younger than me at the time we were dating. I think I was like 16, she was 14. So like, I was a junior, she was a freshman. And when her mother found out that she was dating someone, I got a text that was like, don't you ever contact my daughter again or I'll send the police to your door. Like, fucking what? Yeah, I got a big face full of that shit. What I want to say is exactly that. People cringe too hard at middle-aged teens girl stuff that they're insecure how they were. Embrace your cringe? Correct! It's a really shallow reason why people hate that movie. They hate teen girl, they think they're cringe. Yeah. I mean, honestly, it wasn't like, I was never in any, like, actual, like, danger. I was more concerned about her, if anything. Right, the part I should probably mention, it was a long-distance relationship. That was important. Me on East Coast, she on West Coast. So it's not like she could ever do anything. I don't think she ever really even knew my real name. She wouldn't have been able to do anything anyway. Not that there was anything to do. There's nothing illegal about two fucking teenagers dating each other. All right, turn VSync off, turn it on. Borderless windowed, full screen, borderless. Fuck with the resolution a whole bunch. Just don't apply the resolutions. I don't think we need to apply them, right? So that would be really annoying. Oh, there are a lot of options here. All your different, like, frame rates and screen resolutions. There's a lot of options. Holy shit. I feel like some of these, like, frame rates they added, like, just to make the fucking achievement harder. Alright, there we go. Anti-aliasing. Oh. Quality profile. Right. I did it! I got the achievement. I got the settings world champion. I finally got it. I finally got it. Open the door. I have the achievement. Oh, yes!
Aha! I can see you've
Yes!
gotten the Settings World
I
Champion
did it!
achievement. Well done.
Look at that.
You've experienced every
Let's go, let's go,
setting.
let's go, let's go, let's go.
Traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So,
You are the champion of
just for
setting
you,
all the sliders
in
to all the
Stanley
possible
Parable
numbers.
2,
Please enjoy
I'm
this room.
including an
This is
entirely
your
new
room.
setting,
It's made just for you.
something called bumpscosity. What exactly
A new
is
setting.
bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of
I did it.
bumpscosity
I'm amazing.
in
I'm the best.
Stanley Parable 2.
Let's go. Is it already there? Oh, the bumpscosity. Oh. A 1,000 bumpscosity. Yes. Oh, and the achievement. Free and new and easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Yes, it's time for the achievement.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Yes.
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
We did it! We got it!
As you can see, the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait, what in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement?
We got it! We got the
Why
achievement!
does the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago.
Oh, yes,
fixed
let's
it?
go.
Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure?
He's freaking out.
Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
Yeah, the settings person, the slider person, they did it. They fixed the achievement, and I got it. So let me see something real quick. I'm gonna tab out for just a second so I can check Steam. I think the only achievements I have left are... Oh, I gotta get the speed run. 4 minutes, 22 seconds. Okay. Commitment, play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. And super go outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years. Wow, 3.1% of players have this achievement. I wonder how they managed
What
that.
else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I wonder how they managed that. Has it already been 10 years? Was I frozen in a block of ice this whole time? Interesting. Well, we've done it. We've done everything. We've seen everything. We've completed the game. We
All
get a
right.
new
Have you
sequel
seen
every
everything
time.
You wanted to? Ready to move on now?
That still looks like Goro Majima to me. Still looks like him.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not
the new-
exactly
yeah.
clear yet how exactly these features will come together. As
That's
one
what I was just
single
talking about,
coherent
Shia.
Video game, but
They
I
had
can
somehow
feel it
all
in
these people
myself.
haven't played the game in
It's
10
going to
years.
work. There's
Amazing.
definitely a good
Man,
game
some people
in
are
there
aging way
somewhere.
faster
Say,
than I am.
Let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Oh my god, Shia.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is.
Do they actually,
I
like,
give
go
you
through with that new
the
revenue
Stanley
split bullshit?
Parable 2.
I'm wondering.
I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind.
I know they talked about it. I don't know if they ever
Let me do a
actually
different
did it.
arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I
No word
kidding,
yet?
Stanley?
Yeah, that's what I figured.
This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. and I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply...
Yes.
Well, insert a few of my new features into it.
Okay, I've got my bucket. I've got the best new
With
feature.
respect, with care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Are we actually going to get the 2, or are we going to get a brand new one? Ah, we're back to 2? What happens if I quit the game and load it back up? Do we go back to 3, or do we jump to 5? Very important question. I must find out. Let's see. Come on. Yes, the Stanley Parable 5. Let's see. Let's see. Pencil, Snake, Train Station, sequel. Whisper of Telephone. Whisper of Telephone. Maybe I have to actually go through a fucking ending first before I get the new actual, like, title screen.
All of his co-workers were gone.
And I need to make sure my bump viscosity is still... There we go.
What could it mean?
1,000 bump
Stanley decided to go to
viscosity.
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Very important that bump viscosity is always maxed out. But yeah, I think we've seen and done just about everything there is to see here. I gotta stretch a little bit. I mean, I could do the speedrun achievement, but I don't really feel like it. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up there then. Thank you all so much for joining me as usual. If you're new around here, feel free to drop a follow so you can find your way back here. This coming week, what are the plans? Kirby, perhaps? I want to finish that up. I want to play more Elden Ring. It's been, like, I have been, like, skimping on Elden Ring so hard lately. I want to play more Elden Ring. I want to actually get through that game. Oh god, that means I'm gonna have to fight the gargoyles. Ugh. All right. Let me think. What else? I got a couple other games on the back burner that we could play that I'm been saving. I want to do Imposter Factory, you know, the third game in the To the Moon series. I got a game from Mabel for my birthday that I really want to play. Oh, wow. What the fuck? There is, like, next to no one streaming today. What the hell's going on? Oh, it's Mother's Day. Oh, that's right. Nobody's streaming because it's fucking Mother's Day. Ah, yeah, that's a good point. Ooh, who'd have thunk it? Yeah, that explains why almost no one's streaming. Well, Interesting. Well, oh shit, well, of the few people streaming, it would seem as though the Bananial is back from his hiatus. So I guess we're gonna raid him. It's been a while. I've been wanting to raid him for a while. I haven't raided him in a while because, like I said, he was on hiatus. Can't exactly raid someone if they never stream. I mean, well, you could. They just probably wouldn't know about it. So let me see. The Bananial. Bop. There we go. There's your raid message. Let him know it's a royal raid or rogue raid. Rogue raid, royal raid, same thing, same difference. But yeah, so this week, maybe a little more Dragon Song streaming, possibly, potentially. Might do that. Kirby, maybe Elden Ring, maybe something new. I think probably Elden Ring. I think maybe tomorrow's gonna be Elden Ring. I'm kind of feeling it. I'm craving it. Kirby on the weekend, so I have a little time to collect all of the Waddle Dees that I haven't collected yet off stream, so we can just 100% that right there from the get-go. And I believe, well, we'll see what happens the week after that. If we're doing new games, I'll let you know. I'm thinking about it. I got thoughts in my brain for once in my life. Anyway. Discord, I gotta plug the Discord. That's important. This is an important thing to do. Remember to share the stream and the clips with people you think might enjoy the content, because that's the best way to help small creators grow. Share their stuff around. YouTube, VOD archive, Twitter down below in the About section. And, well, that's about it for me. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.